It's all about modes of transport and to show that James Bond, he'll be in a helicopter, he'll be in a speedboat, he'll be on a jet ski, he'll be on a horse.
Peta needs very little direction. I think that the reason that she took this particular job with us was because she really identified with the Bond character, and I really felt that she wanted to play Jane Bond, like a new Bond for the millennium. So she grabbed it by the throat and she's running with it. GoldenEye is very, very special. It's incredibly comfortable. It's very private. The setting is quite magnificent. I think it has to be one of the best spots in Jamaica. And because it's only a very, very small kind of villa resort, it can fit maximum about 20 people. The crew more or less took it over for ourselves, and we have been totally pampered.
Everyone's saying, you know, that they feel like they're on a Bond film is because we are at the place where Ian Fleming came up with the original idea of James Bond, and so I think everyone feels a bit Bond, you know, and the fact that we're doing a shoot and, you know, so everywhere around us is the history. And it's sort of great that, you know, that man sat here in this house and thought of the concept of James Bond, which is probably a fantasy of his own, a fantasy who someone he'd like to be.
The shot is with Sven, our villain, as I've named him. He is painted gold, just like Shirley Eaton. He is about to die a slow death, and Peter is overseeing it.
Bring your other hand up again.
Carl's been extraordinary in this. I mean, this is his first modelling job, and his reactions to Peter, you know, when she's throwing him away on the boat and hitting him, or when she was attacking him with the crossbow, were extraordinary. I mean, there's a little method model there.
Peter's a fantastic woman. She's got such a good energy. You know, at first I was a little bit scared, but once she gets settled in, she's a great person to know and excellent to work with.
He's a bloody good sport, I'm telling you.
You know, in the original movie, that's what happened. The character gets painted gold and they die from the fumes of the paint. So I was getting a bit hairy there for a minute because Carl was starting to tingle, and he is the best friend of the photographer, but he was starting to tingle. We'll get a bit nervous there for a second.
I think this was what I would say is my quintessential Bond moment. This was more or less lifted from the movie, but of course we had the role reversal going on. The shot we're doing tonight is actually our final shot, and it really, really is going to be a big finale. It's going to be very, very cinematic, and it's loosely based on the witch doctor scene from Live and Let Die. Down by the water's edge here, we have a series of really beautiful caves and grottos, and we're doing a shot where Sven is tied up, and there are two really beautiful local girls kind of dancing around him in a frenzy. That is it. It's a wrap. It's over. I think I'm voodooed out.
The real Bond. This is the real Bond. It's all about him. Gavin Bond. I read Jamaica, man. Respect Jamaica.